What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, Social Security is making decisions about your money, your benefits, and your future, and they're getting it wrong? Not sometimes, regularly. And they know it. I know it. Because I used to be on the inside. I watched it happen. I saw people, good, hardworking people, get denied, get underpaid, get pushed around by a system that was supposed to protect them. And nobody told them they had the power to fight back. Until today. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because what I'm about to share with you could literally change your financial future. This is not theory. This is not opinion. This is real insider knowledge and from someone who spent years inside the system. And today, I'm giving it all to you for free. Welcome back to Rule by Seniors, the channel where we fight for the people the system forgot. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. This channel exists for one reason only: to give you the real information that senior citizens, retirees, and everyday Americans deserve but rarely get. We don't sugarcoat. We don't do political spin. We give you the truth, and we give you the tools to act on it. If this is your first time watching, please, right now, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Because the information we drop on this channel is time sensitive, it's powerful, and you don't want to miss a single video. Our community is growing every single day because people are tired of being misled and they're hungry for the truth. So welcome to the family. Now today's video is one of the most important we've ever made on this channel. We're talking about Social Security errors, how common they are, why they happen, how to spot them, and most importantly, how to fight back and win. If you or someone you love receives Social Security benefits, or expects to in the future, this video is not optional. It is essential. Let me start by telling you something that most people don't know, and that the Social Security Administration would probably prefer you didn't know either. According to multiple government accountability reports, the SSA, the Social Security Administration, makes billions of dollars in payment errors every single year. Billions. Some of those are overpayments, where they pay someone too much and then come back years later demanding the money returned. But a huge number of those errors are underpayments, where real people are receiving less than they are legally entitled to, and nobody tells them. Think about that. You worked your entire life. You paid into this system for decades. You followed every rule. And the system is quietly shortchanging you, and counting on the fact that you won't notice, won't ask questions, and won't fight back. That ends today. Now let me tell you how I know this. I spent years working within Government Benefits Administration. I was on the inside. I saw how decisions were made. I saw the volume of cases that workers were handling, and I'll be honest with you, the system is overwhelmed. That's not an excuse, but it is a reality. Workers are managing thousands of cases at once. Mistakes happen, and when mistakes happen, they almost never go in your favor. That's not a conspiracy. That's math. Errors tend to result in people getting less, not more. So what kinds of errors are we actually talking about? Let me walk you through the most common ones that I personally witnessed and that affect millions of Americans today. The first, and this one is massive, is the incorrect calculation of your primary insurance amount, or what insiders call your PIA. Your PIA is the base number that determines how much you receive. It's calculated based on your 35 highest earning years. Here's the problem. If your earnings record in the Social Security database is wrong, if a job wasn't reported correctly, if there was a data entry error, if a name change wasn't properly linked, your PIA could be calculated on incomplete or inaccurate data. And you would never know unless you checked. I cannot tell you how often this happens. It is far more common than most people realize. The second major category is spousal and survivor benefit errors. If you are married, divorced, or widowed, you may be entitled to benefits based on your spouse's record, not just your own. This is one of the most misunderstood and mishandled areas in the entire Social Security system. I have personally seen cases where widows and widowers were receiving benefits far below what they were legally entitled to, simply because no one told them they had a higher option available. This is not a gray area, this is the law. and the SSA is required to pay it correctly. When they don't, you have every right to appeal. The third error type is something called deemed filing confusion. When you file for one type of benefit, you are often automatically or deemed to be filing for other benefits at the same time. This changed significantly in 2016, and many people who filed before or around that time may not have received the combination of benefits they were entitled to. If you filed between 2010 and 2016, I strongly suggest you review your case. Fourth, and this one makes me genuinely angry, is the COLA miscalculation issue. COLA stands for Cost of Living Adjustment. Every year, Social Security benefits are adjusted upward to account for inflation. If your base benefit amount is wrong, then every single COLA adjustment applied on top of it is also wrong. That error compounds over time. Someone who started receiving a slightly underpaid benefit in 2005 could be thousands of dollars behind today because every year's adjustment was calculated on a flawed starting number. This is a real problem. This is a documented problem, and it is fixable if you know how to fight for it. So how do you fight back? Let me give you the step-by-step roadmap that I wish every American knew. Step 1. Get your Social Security statement and review it immediately. You can do this right now for free at ssa.gov. Create a My Social Security account if you don't have one. Pull up your earnings record. Look at every single year. Does it match what you actually earned? If you see a year where your income looks too low or is missing entirely, that is a red flag. Note it. Write it down. Step 2. Gather your documentation. This means W-2 forms, tax returns, pay stubs, anything that shows what you actually earned in any year that looks wrong on your statement. The SSA will not fix an error just because you ask. You have to prove it. Documentation is your power. Step 3. Contact the SSA directly and request a formal review. You can call 1-800-772-1213, visit a local office, or submit a written request. When you do this, be specific. Don't just say, I think something is wrong. Say, I believe my earnings record for specific years is incorrect, and I am requesting a formal recalculation of my benefit amount. Use that language. It signals that you know your rights and you are not going away. Step 4, and this is crucial, if they deny your request or if you disagree with their response, you have the legal right to appeal. This is called a request for reconsideration, and it is the beginning of a formal appeals process that can ultimately go before an administrative law judge. Do not let the word appeal scare you. This is a process designed for ordinary people. You do not need a lawyer to start it. Although legal aid organizations and senior advocacy groups can be enormously helpful and often work for free or low cost. Step 5. Know your time limits. This is the part that trips people up the most. When the SSA sends you a notice of decision, whether that's approving or denying a claim, recalculating benefits, or notifying you of an overpayment, you typically have 60 days to appeal. If you miss that window, you lose significant leverage. Read every letter from the SSA the day you receive it. Don't set it aside. Don't assume it's routine. Read it, date it, and if anything looks off, act within that 60-day window. Now, I want to talk about overpayments for a moment, because this is a topic that is causing real pain in our community right now. If the SSA sends you a letter saying you've been overpaid and they want money back, do not panic and do not automatically comply. You have rights here too. You can request a waiver if repayment would cause financial hardship, and you were not at fault for the overpayment. You can request a reconsideration if you believe the overpayment determination is wrong. And you can negotiate a repayment plan if neither of those options succeeds. The SSA has the power to waive overpayment recovery entirely in many cases, but they will not volunteer that information. You have to ask. You have to fight for it. I also want to address something that I see in our community constantly. People who are afraid to challenge the SSA because they fear it will make things worse. I understand that fear. When you're depending on those benefits to pay rent and buy food, the last thing you want to do is rock the boat. But here's what I need you to hear. Filing an appeal does not reduce your benefits. You cannot be penalized for exercising your legal rights. The law protects you. And if you do nothing, the error simply continues. Month after month, year after year, quietly taking money that belongs to you. Let me also give a special message to those of you who are caregivers, sons and daughters, nieces and nephews, friends and neighbors, helping an elderly person navigate their benefits. You are doing sacred work, and you need to know these things too. Check on your loved one's benefit amounts. Review their statements with them. Attend SSA appointments with them. The person at the window is not your enemy, but they are also not your advocate. You have to be your own advocate. That's what this channel is here to help you do. One more thing before we wrap the main section. And this is something I feel strongly about. Social Security is not a handout. It is not charity. It is a system that workers paid into their entire lives with the legal promise of a return. Every person receiving Social Security benefits, or fighting to receive them correctly, earned that money. They earned it through decades of hard work, through payroll taxes, through contributions to this country's economy and social fabric. When the system gets it wrong, that is not a minor administrative inconvenience. That is a breach of a promise made to the American people. And you have every right, every moral and legal right to fight back. All right, let's bring this home. Today we covered the 5 most common Social Security errors that are costing real people real money right now. Earnings record mistakes, spousal and survivor benefit errors, deemed filing confusion, COLA miscalculations, and overpayment traps. And we walked through the 5 steps to fight back. Check your statement, gather your documentation, request a formal review, file an appeal if necessary, and know your time limits. You now have more information about your Social Security rights than the vast majority of Americans. Use it. Share it. Because there are people in your life, your parents, your grandparents, your neighbors, who need this information and don't have it. Send them this video. It might literally change their financial life. If you found value in today's video, please do 3 things for me. Hit the like button right now. It takes 1 second, and it helps this channel reach more seniors who need this information. Subscribe if you haven't already, because we do this every week. Real information, real strategies, no fluff. And leave a comment below. Tell me, have you ever experienced a Social Security error? Did you fight it? What happened? Your story could help someone else in our community know they're not alone, and that fighting back is worth it. I'm also working on a follow-up video that's going to go even deeper, specifically on the appeals process and how to make the strongest possible case in front of an administrative law judge. If you want that video, comment appeals below, so I know there's demand for it. Your feedback literally shapes what we make next. This is Rule by Seniors, and we will keep fighting, keep pushing, and keep speaking the truth on behalf of every senior who deserves better. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next one, the next